Alright, yo, what's up, Gups? This is I'm just gonna make a quick discussion video on this crap. There is a new tile in the game, and it's terrible. It's actually terrible, and I can't wait to show you. So, let's just talk about the fundamentals of DBD like I love doing. So firstly, we have a window, and we always talked about in episode 2, we have a window spawn. If there's a window in it, it's only as strong as the walls it's attached to, because everything in Dead by Daylight's about distance. So if you look at the amount of distance that you're going to get from killer on this wall, it's basically 0. So if you want to come over here, like if I'm killer following the survivor like this and he vaults the window, I just walk around the wall and then look, he can't even get back to the window in time. He just gets hit. All right, there's nothing that gets created from this window. It's legitimately, it might as well not exist. Like literally this is worse than the Z wall, which is impressive. At least with the Z wall, there's like a good and bad route and like that you can take as survivor. So if you're on the other side of the Z wall, what you could do is if I go around this way, you have a fast vault angle. So like if I don't cut you off here, you can make the vault that, and then I have to go around again. And now if I take you on this route, it's a lot worse, because if I expect you to vault, I can cut you off a lot easier. Yeah, and so you have to medium vault now. And like this, look at, he's actually able to use the window, at least a little bit when he wins enough mind games. So now I've got Bloodlust. And that usually denies every window loop. Like imagine you run it, you can go ahead and run into the loop now. Just run into the loop however you feel like is a good idea. Doesn't really matter. Alright, so if you run in like that, I'm just gonna cut off here. And then now you're in a blind spot and you can't use the window, so that's a hit. Go ahead, so you're running here. Like as long as I zone you to window, yeah, you leave the loop. That's probably the most natural and correct thing to do. Hoping that there's something else over here. Yeah, exactly. So as long as I put myself in between you and the pallet, yeah, you can't ever do anything. But just probably play the pallet now. Alright, I'm coming after you now, just letting you know. So now I've got you stuck in this thing. As soon as you drop that, it's a hit. Like, it's never good. This loop literally sucks. The only way this loop makes sense is if you pre-drop that pallet, like when I'm here. Because when the pallet's down, it's actually like moderately okay. It's still such a heavy mind game compared to like a pallet over here. Yeah, so go ahead and just drop it. Like if you drop that, like there's, you know, look at how much easier it is for you to manipulate where I'm going. I think you got a little stuck there, but like if I try to cut you off and you fake it, I don't get the hit. Even if you do, if I time it wrong, like you're still fine. Like at the other loop, this just doesn't happen. Yeah, perfect vision. There's no guessing here. And I think Bloodlust might give me the hit, but you faked it properly. Like, yeah, it's good. So that's nice too, another fake. And then we go over to this loop. So go ahead and like pre-drop that pallet. Even if you pre-drop it, let's just look at how much more wild it is to try and actually make this thing useful. So you've pre-dropped it. Like now it's a little easier because you can still see kind of decently. But if he does vault this, he gets hit. Yeah, so I disrespect the fake and now it's a hit, right? It only works if you can start off the pallet properly, but like if the killer does anything remotely correct and that's positioned even slightly to either side of this pallet when it's dropped, you're just always gonna get hit. So go ahead and drop it when I'm like here. If I'm not straight in front of the pallet, you drop it here. Okay, well, go on the other side. Like if you dropped it there, then you're not even making the next lap. And if you did, like I just watch that vault and I can still get the hit here. I timed it better. But yeah. Yeah, so there's nothing you can do. It's just terrible. Alright, that's it. As I just wanted to show you guys it sucked.